number here and drag it to this first slot here and choose instance. Click OK. And we're going to call this cloud 1. Alright, so now you can see the material took effect in our render viewport. And we're going to turn, what we'll do is we'll set this diffuse to white, sorry, and click OK. And turn self-illumination all the way up to 100. And that'll take care of that. Now we're going to drag, I guess we can go ahead and drag this one over. Now we'll just leave that because I don't want to confuse anything. We're going to take this one here, hold down the shift key, and we're going to drag this over to create another event and choose copy because it's not going to be exactly the same. And we're going to take a little wire, click here and click there, and then it's going to connect them to the render and display. Alright, so now we have two events in here. Now for this material static, we're going to click it and we're going to drag it to here. We're going to change this one to cloud 2. Click enter. Alright, let's make sure, and then we're going to just drag and just choose instance on there. Okay, so now this one's cloud 2. This is for cloud 1. So now this event's going to use the cloud 2 material, and this event's going to use the cloud 1 material. Okay, see cloud 2, cloud 1. That's going to change everything. Now, let's go ahead and go back to our material editor and go to opacity map. Click the none button and then go bitmap, and I'm going to look in the description of YouTube of this video, and I'm going to have two links in there to these two images that I made in Photoshop. You can, if you have cloud images similar to these, you can use them. I'm just going to give you these. I have special brushes that paint clouds and smoke and stuff like that, so I just made these quick images for you. So we'll do that. I'm going to choose this as my cloud 1. Is that the one I'm on right now? I'm on cloud 1, yeah. So this is going to be my cloud 1. I'm just going to click OK. Now this is for the opacity map, so what it's going to do is it's going to turn these all into those clouds, because it's going to transparent all the black areas, so all you're going to see is the white cloud parts. Alright, so now we're going to click back, go to parent on this, and then we're going to choose show in viewport. So now you're going to see them in the viewport. Alright, we're going to do the same thing for the other one. Click on the cloud 2, go to opacity, and we're going to choose the other cloud map. Click open. Then we can go back to parent and show map and viewport for that one. Alright, so now we got two of those things in there. Now we need to change these up a little bit. So we're going to just minimize the material editor. We'll go to shape. We're going to take the birth, since these are going to be bigger clouds, the bigger ones. This is the bigger one we had. We're going to change these to 1500. Just make them just a different number. Let's make it 1500. 1500. Alright, and now for shape position object, we're going to go all the way to the bottom and choose new, and it's going to set them offset. They're not. It's going to give it its own space where they're going to put everything. Also do the same thing for shape facing, just new. This way everything's different than the other event. We don't have to do anything in that one. Okay, now for the bigger ones, for shape facing 2, what we'll do is turn this one off for now, and we'll go work on these the smaller ones here. We got to make those go to shape facing. We're going to change them to 2, the size to 2, and then the variation will just change a little bit. we just want them a little bit different. You can go completely different. Whatever you want to do for this one, that's, you just go with your taste, whatever you think's going to be good. Also, just to make sure we see exactly what we're going to get when we go to render it, click on the modifier panel right now and go to, because we've got the particle source selected, viewport, change this to 100% so we see every particle in here. It's going to make it a little bit slower on your viewport, but you need to see them so you get an idea of what sizes to change everything to. Alright, so now let's go back to our variations again. And we'll start at 0 and just work our way up until we see some kind of a change. And then that should be good, unless you want it different. Then your width and height ratio, you can adjust that. Maybe a little bit fluffier. Something that just looks right. You don't want them flat or anything like that. Just something that looks right for the window. I'm going to set it there maybe. Just to make them look kind of fluffier. It's just raising the aspect, changing the shape of them a little bit. That should be good for that. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to turn this one off temporarily. Turn that one back on. And this is the other cloud. And we're going to set this one to 3. And variation to, we need to see it in there first. We got to go to material editor and get it to show up here. Hold on a second. Make sure it's showing up right. It's not showing up in the viewport here. Whoa. Okay. Copy. Put a new berth in there. Obviously, this berth is messed up. Just gonna redo it. 0. We'll set this to 1500. Yeah, my berth got messed up somehow. Okay, so we're going to turn this one off now. And there we go. Okay, I should have noticed that because it turned blue. It just got messed up. So if that happens, I just replace the berth and start it over again. Set it to 0 and 1500. So now you can see we got the correct ones in there. All right, I'm going to set those to 3. Because I want them bigger. And the variations, let me try I can see them a little separated there. And then we'll crank the variation up a little bit, just to where we see some kind of a difference. And then my height, I'm gonna just stretch them out a little bit because I don't want them flat either. That's probably good right there. I don't want any of these settings really to be the same in either of these two. And that should be good. Now we can go ahead and turn on the other berth. Alright. And let's check our settings. Whoa. How'd that get to 15 there? Let's set that to 2. There we go. Alright. Alright, so this shape facing is set to 2. This one is set to 3. That's pretty much all we did. All these settings are going to be the same for position object. Alright, so now you can see what we got. I don't like the way those look. That one looks there. That one's like too biggish. So let's go to shape facing again. Let's start over on my size. There, whoop, like that. See that? You just scroll through, and if you find that some are way too big looking, you don't really want that. Don't worry about the cutoffs because that's only in the preview. Like, let's see it right there.